Hello, my lovelies! Today we are doing the Mamacita, which in Spanish means little mom, little mother, little mama, my own mother, little tiny woman. She's 5 feet, 1 inch tall, maybe. So any hoodles, when I was up visiting the fam, my mom asked me for an updo that had braids but was not harsh. Because my mom, her face is very much like my face with the cheekbones, right? But she's not fat like I am. So if you wonder what my mother looks like, I did a mom tag, so you can go see my mom is very tan. But she has waist-length hair, and since she doesn't have the fat that I have, her face is more angular, and as she says, when I pull all her hair back, it's too harsh for her face, so she asked for something soft, which of course, me, I'm like, because of course she's seen all those beautiful, big, soft things on Pinterest, but as you guys know, when you try them, when you do them and take a picture, they're beautiful, but as soon as you start to move around, they fall apart. The problem with many Pinterest styles, or styles done on styling heads. They look great, but it's not on a real person if it's a styling head, so they don't move or do anything. So of course it looks great. It's like on a statue. Or if it is on a real person on Pinterest, a lot of those gorgeous soft styles, as soon as you move, they're going to fall apart unless you use a ton of hairspray, which is not a problem for my mom. She doesn't care about the hairspray. But trying to figure out something soft for my mom. So what I ended up doing was kind of a variation on the swoop bun a little bit. I did a little different, but it does incorporate lace rope braids. Jamie Burnett just stuck her middle finger up at me. So did Hannah. Anyways, rope braids, because that's what I did. You can do this with an English. If you want to do English, but I'm going to do what I did on my mom. Oh, you want to see? This is what it looks like on my mom. Yay! So we know. Yeah. So you notice on my mom, it's a little bun. Little bun. I'm pretty sure my bun's going to be a lot bigger, but we'll see. So you need to start with the side part, which I have already done. And now we are going to lace rope. And we're going to use almost all of our hair. Our initial bit, the big bun, is going to be 2/3 of our hair, like this much. I'm just going to lace rope with as much hair as I want on this side, and then the other side we'll use the rest of it. And then what we do is we make a bun out of this, and then we do this, and we just wrap this around the big bun. Simple! Simple! All you really need are some pins today. Clear hair ties if you want, but they're not completely necessary. I will probably use them on this one since that's the end we're going to talk. But any hoodles, let's get started. So I'm actually leaving my bangs out of this because, you know, soft. So I'm going to put them on this side and pin them over so I don't accidentally braid them into my hair. This is also going to be a good one if you have tendrils. I know some of you, if you have tendrils or broken bits around here, which we will always call tendrils, this is a good one to pull them out. That's what I did on my mom because she has some face framing layers. Any hoodles, let's get started. So yes, rope braid, lace rope, and I know yesterday I'm like, close against the head. This one isn't as difficult for me. So what we want to do is roll forward. Right? So we got our strands twisting forward. So twist forward, wrap back. So I'm going to do 2 of those before we add, just as an anchor. Okay, any hoodles. So we add our next strands, pull from the front, twist forward to incorporate, wrap back, like so. This is not that hard, I promise. etc., etc. So that's what I'm going to do around my head. I am not going to twist them super duper tight as soon as I get my... yes, twist forward, twist forward, twist forward, wrap back. Do, do, do. Keep adding until you hit about here. Like I said, 2/3 of your hair. When you feel like you got 2/3 of your hair going, stop and I'll be back to show you what happens then. Figured you might want to see the hand switch. So it's the last section. I've taken the last section I'm taking from that side. And we have been doing our deal, right? So we're gonna have to go over the shoulder now. So you just wanna go over the opposite shoulder. I have a few hairs that are being wonky. So I'll put it in my right hand and just pull it over my shoulder and finish. Where are we? Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. The nice thing about rope braids, it's pretty easy to see where you are. So yeah, so already this is not as soft as I did on my mom, but that's okay. I'm gonna work on that. So I am gonna add a hair tie to this just for fluffing purposes. Yeah. So you want to get braid to the end, all the way to the end. Actually, I'm just going to use a regular hair tie for now, and then I'm going to take that hair tie off because we're going to flower wind this. We're going to make a flower out of this braid, which means we are going to fluff it. Like I said, soft. Soft, soft, soft is what we're going for. As it were, I am going to look at the back though and see how we're doing. I had my mom's nice and soft, but that's the one thing when you're braiding on somebody else, you can adjust your tension a lot better. That's not too bad. It's sort of soft. We actually might be okay. I might not have to soften it up too much. If you would like to, I'm going to show you how to do it anyway though. Pull, as in pull this, pull this, pull this, pull this, pull this. Look, we're soft. Neat, isn't it? Now, if you do have tendrils, just gently work them out. Now, on my mom, I did tendrils like good size tendrils because my mom, like I said, she's got some face framing layers, so she actually, I'm just pulling any that seem like they're broken because I wear my hair up a lot. The hair around your face perimeter breaks. This back here breaks, this around, yeah, whatever. So we can make that work to our advantage. There we go. Look, we're softer. This would show up better if my hair was darker and not, you know. Any hoodles. So we've got that. Woo. Now we're going to make a flower bun. Don't worry about this side yet. We're not worried about this side yet. That comes next. This we need to make. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. We're going to wrap it up in the flower. Now, if your hair is shorter than mine, like my mom's was waist length. So what I did was, you know, I pulled, you know, like this on the sides. I pulled and did this so it would be a fluffy flower. However, with my hair being as long as it is, my bun's going to be big anyway, so I am not going to fluff. But if you want to fluff, then fluff. Pancake, go ahead. Feel free. I'm going to take this off because I don't want that big thing right in the center of my flower. So, wrap, wrap, wrap. Get this going around my finger. Of course, I have like 2 different legs happening because of course I do. You still get it going around a finger. Pop your finger out. And then roll, 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 roll. So, I did tell you, where are my bobbies? I put them out for reasons. There they are. If you have a problem rolling, you know, like keeping a good grip or whatever, take a regular bobby pin and just pin underneath, right through the center, and it'll keep it together as you roll, and you won't have to worry about such a hard grip on it. But yeah, so let me, of course I'm getting all this hair, and this is why I usually tie off what I'm not using. So we're rolling. Flower roll, lollipop roll, however you want to, I always say it's a flower because that's what I see in my head. Yeah, alas, mine is going to be enormous, much larger than my mother's, because I have more hair. That's okay. So it should end up in the center of your head. Even if you end up braiding like all the way over here, when you roll it up, we want it in the center. So that's what I was trying to do. Man, I'm really glad I didn't fluff. All right, I'm going to pin this down, and then we'll be back for the next. I'm using Amish pins because that's what I use. Back in a sec. All right, we're up. Move the bangs over to the other side. I will fluff and spray them in a moment. If you don't have bangs, it's no big deal. You just work them in, as it were. I'm just going to put those over there for now. Now, on this side, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to rope braid, and we're going to rope braid in the opposite direction of the other one. Now, that sounds weird, but it will go the same on your head. Okay, so what am I talking about before everybody freaks out on me? Okay, so this is the thing. So we rolled forward and wrapped back. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Roll forward and wrap back. That's how we get this pattern, right? So when we get to the back of our head, what that meant was when we tightened, it rolled this way. So that means this one will, if we were making a roll this way, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to take it and wrap it around. So that's why it's good to do things in the direction I tell you to, because I've already worked it out. Now, if you were a better braider on your right side, it still applies. Like if you parted on this side, you do it the same way. It's just this side will be the one that you make the big bun with, and this side would be the one that you wrap around the perimeter. So let me rope braid this. Lace rope, just like the other side, and the same as in roll or twist forward, and then wrap back. Twist forward, like so, and then wrap back. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to do this side, and then I'll be back. Always adding to the front. Yada yada. Okay, back inside. Alrighty kids, it's time for the last wrap around, and then I'm going to fix my bangs, etc. So we have this on this side. As you see, it's a lot smaller because we used almost all of our hair for this. And all we're going to do with this, tighten it up a little bit, and we're just going to go around the perimeter of the big one. Now you may ask yourself, well, it's going to be small. You know, they're not as fluffy as the outside. I know. I don't care. This is how I made it. So this is what we're doing. So we go around the outside, we tuck this in underneath, and then we pin. All right, so let's do a side-by-side comparison, and then I'll explain why mine looks so different from my mom's. So I did not take a picture of the front of her face, alas. I just did the back to show her what it looked like. But you just have to trust me when I tell you I did it the same. So let's make sure. All right, so my head, my mom's head. So my mother's is actually prettier than mine because my bun is too big. So ladies with hair shorter than me, rejoice. This is going to look better on you than it does on me. As you can see, her bun seems much more in proportion, whereas mine is just too large because it takes up my entire head. It is the way of things. All right. Bye, Mom. Thanks for the visual. So it doesn't mean it's not pretty on me. It's just I prefer it on my mother. I prefer it with less hair. And I made it for her hair because I made it up as I was doing her hair. So I made it up for her and not for me. Now, I did add bling to the center of mine. Gotta use my mirror so I can see, like, all of this. That way it gives it more of a flower if you have, like, a center. And I just used, I think I used 7 of these little pins, and I just put them in like this in the hole to fill the hole. Now, when I did my mom's, she actually has one. I don't know if you could see it because I didn't get a real good picture. I use one of these jobbies. These ones on the little screw-in things. I just put one in her hair. My mom doesn't mind sparkle, but, you know, she was going to work, maybe not be covered in it. So I just did a little in the middle so that, you know, it would be floral and pretty. But yeah, the people she worked with really loved it. And I think it is appropriately, you can see where I really softened up this side, and I haven't done this side yet. I will now, just so we match. And it's just a little yank, like not, you don't need a lot. Just a little tug, a little tug, a little tug, a little tug. There, now we are soft all the way around. And I pulled out my little wussy tendrils, but like I said, if you have some face framing layers, yay, curl them up if you want, whatever, what have you. But because of these, as it shreds, because all braids will shred eventually, this is gonna get a little softer. It still looks really good. So yeah, that is the Mamacita. Much better on my actual Mamacita than myself. Still pretty, still doable with long hair. Just know, the longer your hair is, the bigger this mass is gonna be. Unless you actually have fine hair and your buns condense fairly well, maybe this will look as good on you as it did on my mom's. Could be, could be. So that's the Mamacita for me today. I think a lot of you will be happy because being that I am 6 feet tall, unless you guys are at super length, sometimes I know things don't translate quite the same because classic on you and classic on me is sometimes off by 12 inches. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I think this will do you well though. You can do it. My mom's hair is just at waist length on a 5'1" lady. So there you go. So I think if you're 6 feet tall, BSL, you can do this hairstyle. So yay! Okay. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow with Skyrim. And oh yeah, Labyrinthine is tomorrow. Woohoo! Let's hope we don't die, frost trolls. So much sneaking! So much sneaking! So we get all those crits, man. And then Friday, I don't know. As always, I have no idea what's happening on Friday. Per the usual. So, any hoodles, I'll see some of you tomorrow. I'll see most of the rest of you on Friday, and everybody else, I'll see you next Wednesday. Although you might want to check in on Tuesday, because we're going to cover one of Siobhan's hairstyles on Tuesday. La Dolly Vita 333. I'm going to pick one and do it. Oh, yeah. I was going to do the Wonder Woman one, BT Dubs, but there's teasing and backcombing, so I'm not sure. We'll see. If I can figure out how to poof the top without doing the teasing, then yes. If not, we'll do something else. She has a ton to choose from, so. All right, until then, have a great day. Bye.